Let me officially welcome you to the grade 9 class. Actually, this is 2022 grade 9 class, right? Because we are starting little earlier because actually, so I know there are some revision content to be done, but syllabus we have already finished. But related to revision, we have to do some lessons. So those don't worry, I'll definitely send you the video like video recordings for those things, and you can just watch that and learn it back. Actually, why I was thinking that we should start this grade because we have already finished and we are waiting for a long time, and I think now we can utilize this time for doing the practicals and all, right? This time can be utilized to do the practicals. So that's the main idea. So that's why we are starting a little early, because we can focus on more things and we can do practicals and we can finish those stuff too. Right, okay. So regarding this grade, regarding grade 8, right? So I think, sorry, regarding the grade 9, what we have to learn. So let's go through the syllabus and the content. Here, similar to the earlier grades, there are 6 chapters. So what are these 6 chapters? The chapter number 1, prepare of computer specifications. That is very important chapter. So this is where you are going to learn about your computer. Today also you will start a practical part related to that, right? I'll start small practical related to that. So how to learn about your computer. So basically how to prepare or how to know your specifications. This is important. So each one of you are having computers, can be a laptop or desktop, or can be your mobile phone, even a smartphone. All these are called computers, right? In this computer world, how to find a better performing computer for a cheaper price? So that is a challenge. So you have to find a computer. And so one factor is price. Price need to be low, and also the specification, the performance need to be high. So that is the need, right? So when you buy a computer, so one example, if you want to buy a computer with good performance, maybe you have to invest 150,000 these days to buy a laptop with very good performance. Not very good, actually. At least with a good performance laptop, you need to spend around 150,000, maybe closer to 200,000. So that is for a laptop. But if you carefully analyze, you can buy a desktop computer for 40,000 for the same investment, and you can have the same performance and enjoy the same benefits. So that's the thing. The එකම laptop එකක් ඔයාලා 200,000 වලට අරගෙන යම් කිසි benefit එකක් ලබා ගන්නවාද? ඒ benefit ටිකම ඔයාට රුපියල් 40,000ට 40,000 වලට desktop එකක් අරගෙන enjoy කරන්න පුළුවන්. Only thing is you don't know about these opportunities. Most of you don't think much. You think the laptop is the better one. No, actually, I know personally desktop is better. I'm using laptop because for the traveling purpose. Now I'm not in my home, so I'm out of my home, and so I can still use my laptop where, even no matter where I'm in, no matter whether I'm in Sri Lanka or some other country, that doesn't matter. I can use my laptop everywhere. It's movable. So that's why I'm using a laptop. But if you participate to the classes, being at home every day, and if you have a study room there in your home, and if you have a study environment, you always use computer, keeping that in the same place. For that purpose, you don't need laptop actually. So that's the thing. For that purpose, you don't need laptop. So let's say you try for a laptop with higher performance for 200,000. Same performance desktop you can buy for 40,000, and you can save 160,000 if you still need to spend that. දැන් ඔයාලට ඒක හිතෙනවම නම් දැන් මම ලක්ෂ දෙකකට ගන්න ලැප්ටොප් එක ඔයාලට පුළුවන් 40,000ට ඩෙස්ක්ටොප් එකකින් ඒ වැඩේ ඒ විදිහටම ඒ performance තියාගෙන කරන්න. හැබැයි ඔයගොල්ලන් හිතනවා නම් නිකන් 40,000ක නිකන් මදි වගේ. ලක්ෂයක්වත් ගියා නම් හොඳයි කියලා හිතනවා. What you can do? You can enhance the performance of your desktop. And the එතකොට එහෙම enhance කරොත් අර laptop එක වගේ 10 ගුණයක විතර performance ඔයාලට වැඩි කරගන්න පුළුවන්. That is the nature. හරි. ඒ හින්දා so this specification chapter is very important. So to you maintain your computer, to build your computer, to improve your computer, that is needed. Okay, how many of you have laptops with 4 GB RAM? How many of you have laptops with 4 GB RAM? Can you raise your hand? Laptops with 4 GB RAM. Can you raise your hand? Okay, Hirushan, laptop with 4 GB RAM. Aditi, laptop with 4 GB RAM. Anyone? Okay, if you don't know, I'll tell how to check that, right? Check. Okay, 2 of you have laptops with 4 GB RAM. Okay, how many of you will you have? Let's say how many of you have laptops with 6 GB RAM? Laptops with 6 GB RAM. Not 4 GB, 6 GB, at least 6 GB, or 2 GB, or less than 2 GB, less than 6 GB. Okay, raise your hand. Less than 6 GB. RAM meka 6 GB world ready adui. It is 6 GB or less than 6 GB. Only 2. Yeah, only 2. Okay, others are having like 8 GB. It's good. Okay, that's good. That's really, really good if you have, right? Okay, so then do you think 4 GB is enough or not enough? ඇතිද 4 GB මදිද? වැඩ කරද්දි ඇතිද 4 GB?
Enough.
Virtual machine එකක් එහෙම දාගන්න උනොත් ඇතිද? මදිනේ. It's not enough. Right? 4 GB is not enough. But how many of you know how to update that to 8 GB or 16 GB?
Set up RAM card.
Yeah, you can set up RAM card, but are you willing to do that in your laptop? Laptop එක කරන්න ඔයගොල්ලෝ කැමතිද? ටක් ගාලා RAM එක ගලවලා අප්ඩේට් කරගන්න. පුළුවන්. Who can update the laptop RAM? Okay, Nadun. 2 are there. Good. Right. Senut. Malindu. Okay, 3 are there. Okay, good. Right. Only few. Right. See, but if it was a desktop, okay, then laptop RAM එක එහෙම හරි update කරන්න පුළුවන් කියමුකෝ පුතේ. Laptop hard එක. Is it easy to update laptop hard disk? Oh, you need to replace it. You need to replace it. තියෙන hard එක අයින් කරලා තමයි වෙන hard එකක් දාගන්න. But desktop, you can keep adding hard disk. You can add multiple hard disks. Hard disk එකක් මදි නම් තියෙන එක මදි නම් තව එකක් ගෙනලා ගන්න. ඒක මදි නම් තව එකක් ගෙනලා ගන්න. ඒ විදිහට desktop එක enhance කරන්න. But laptop බෑ. ඉතින් ඕවත් එක ගත්තම so my choice for the students and learning purpose still I'm using for graphic designing. It's a desktop. For storage purpose, I'm using a desktop because it is more performing, right? ඒ හින්දා පුතේ ඔයගොල්ලෝ හරි machine එක තෝරා ගන්න ඕන හරි තැන. So okay, again, so you have several laptops like you have notebooks, laptop, netbook. මේ වගේ කීපයක් තියෙනවා. Notebooks, laptop, netbooks. So why there are different versions? Laptops are basically heavy, larger screen. Notebook is lighter, smaller screen. Netbook is even more lighter. Laptop is larger screen. Laptop is having larger screen. Netbook is having smaller screen and notebook is having average screen. Right? So that is, so when screen is smaller, what are the advantages? Screen එක small with the advantages තියනවද මොන හරි? So what are they? When screen is smaller, what are the advantages?
Space.
Space එක අඩුවෙන් ගන්න. තව
Good price.
තව මොනවද? Other than the space, what about the battery life?
Good for RAM.
Battery life increases.
battery life එක වැඩි වෙනවා නේ. battery life එක ගොඩාක් වෙලා තියෙනවා. ස්ක්‍රීන් එක පොඩි වෙද්දි දැන් ෆෝන් එකක් තියෙනවනේ දවස් දෙකක් විතර බැටරි එක. මොබයිල් ෆෝන් එකක්. netbook එකකත් දවසක් විතර බැටරි එක තියෙනවා. පැය 15ක් විතර තියෙනවා. easy to move, portable. එතකොට notebook එකක පැය 6ක් 5ක් විතර තමයි තියෙන්නේ. හැබැයි laptop එක පැය 3ක් 2ක් 3ක් වගේ තමයි බැටරි එක තියෙන්නේ. Right? So these are also some considerations. Okay, let's learn about this in this chapter. හරි අපි එක කතා කරමු මේ chapter එකේ ඉස්සලම specifications බලලා තිමු. specification බලලා මේක ගැන කතා කරමු. So actually we have a practical. I'll do this within today. I'll do this, right? Okay, electronic spreadsheets is another important topic here. We will discuss about electronic spreadsheets, right? Electronic spreadsheets. That is also a very important topic here, and we will discuss about that as well. Programming. That is the most essential thing. So one of the most essential skills today, that is programming. We will learn about that as well. Other way, the avashyam skill ekak. So we will learn about Scratch programming and other programming languages, how programming can be used to program different things like applications, so games, right? Animations, even programming can be used. Do you know programming can be used in 3D animations? 3D Max Maya, programming can be used there. Google 3D animation ඉගෙන ගන්න කට්ටිය ඉන්නවා. 3D animation වල 3D Max Maya ඉගෙන ගන්න, ඒ වගේ දේවල් ඉගෙන ගන්න programming වැදගත් වෙනවා. මොකද ඒ animation වලට script ලියන්න වෙනවා සමහර වෙලාවට. That is using programming. එතකොට සමහර වෙලාවට if you want to become a doctor, still that programming skill is important. If you want to become a lawyer, still that skill is important. If you want to become a pilot, still skill is important. So that is essential skill nowadays because it will develop the logical thinking. And it will give you exposure about how machines think. Machines හිතන විදිහ හිතන්න අපි පුරුදු වෙනවා. මොකද අපි machine එක්කනේ වැඩ කරන්නේ. Flight එකක් කියන්නේ machine එකක්. ඒතර flight එක හිතන විදිහ අපිට හිතෙන්න ඕන. වාහනයක් කියන්නේ machine එකක්. A vehicle is a machine. We should feel the vehicle. A ship is a machine. Ultimately, we should feel it. A rocket or satellite is a machine. We should feel it. A MRI scanner is a machine. We have to feel it. PET scanner, that is a machine. We have to feel it, right? So we know the machine feeling when we learn the programming. A machine feeling එක අපිට එන්නේ programming ඉගෙන ගත්තා. Malindu asking a question, what is cyber security? Cyber environment කියලා කියන්නේ internet. Cyber world කියලා කියන්නේ internet connected world. ඒ internet connected world එකේ internet වල තියෙන security එක තමයි cyber security එක කියලා කියන්නේ. Internet connected world එකේ තියෙන security. That is called cyber security. The security of the internet connected world. Okay. Then we will learn about microcontrollers, physical computing part. ඒ කියන්නේ දැන් ඔයගොල්ලෝ සමහරට දැකලත් ඇති, සමහරව අය කරලත් ඇති මේවා microcontroller programming කියලා කියන්නේ ඔයාලට ඕන නම්
Arduino.
Yes, Arduino. Right? Arduino, Raspberry. මේ වගේ ඒවා. දැන් ඔයගොල්ලෝ දැකලා ඇතිනේ auto ඇරෙන දොරවල් තියෙන. auto doors. හරි ළඟට යනකොට door එක sense වෙලා ඇරෙනවා. ඒතර අර hand dryers තියෙන්නේ. hotels වල එහෙම අත ලං කරාම automatically hand dryer එක on වෙනවා. auto parking vehicles වාහනයක් automatically park වෙන්නේ. නවත්තලා අපි බහලා ගියාම self driving cars, auto parking vehicles ඒ වගේ දේවල් වලට අපිට අවශ්‍ය වෙනවා මේ microcontroller programming. We will learn about that. ඔයාලට පුළුවන් නම් පුතේ මේ කිට් සමහරට දැන් අපි කලින් අවුරුදු වල නම් යවුවා දැන් මේ cost එක හින්දා අපි ඇත්තට මේක යවන එක නවත්තලා තියෙන්නේ. මේ තියෙන්නේ Arduino Robocar kit එක. So if possible, please buy this kit if possible. I'll tell how to buy cheaper ways, cheaper locations. I'll tell.
So I bought and made.
Yes. So this kit is really important. You can program that, right? ඔයාලට මේක program කරන්න පුළුවන් ඕගොල්ලන්ට ඕන පැති වලට යන්න. අපි තුමු කාවරි follow කරන්න ඕන කියලා. කාගේ හරි පිටිපස්සෙන් යන්න. එහෙම හදන්න. එහෙම නැත්නම් කැමරා එකක් අරන් යන්න හදන්න. To carry on the camera. ඒ වගේම obstacle avoid කරලා යන්න. To avoid the obstacles. බාධක මග ඇරලා යන්න. හැප්පෙන්නේ නැතුව යන්න. මිනිසුන් අඳුර ගන්න. Count people. To identify the people. To identify animal, insects. සත්තු අඳුර ගන්න. මීයෝ එහෙම රැට ආවොත් අපිට බලන් ඉන්න බෑනේ මේ වගේ එකක් දාලා තියන්න පුළුවන් මීයෙක් આવොත් පස්සෙන් එලවගෙන යන්න. So we can employ. So this is like you can you can get the experience of a self-driving car. තනියෙන් drive කරන car එකක experience එක ගන්න පුළුවන් මේකේ. You can program it. Right? Using it's easy. It's not difficult. We learned that. It's easy. It's not difficult, and we will learn that how to program these kind of things. Right? If possible, I'll find a place to buy the kit for a cheaper price and suggest you, but not sure. So last time we have done that, we have sent the kits and all these things. But this time, actually, because of the cost increase, it's really difficult to us because we charge only 2,500 as the admission fee. And that is also used for the sending tubes and everything. So sending kits is actually, last time also, it cost us around 2,500. 2,700 it cost. Shipping including, like it's 3,000 cost was. But now the price is even more than that. Now it will be around like 5,000, 6,000. So it will be costlier. So anyway, I'll find a place. If I find a cheaper place, I'll suggest you. Right? This is, we will learn this in the microcontroller chapter, and then the computer networking. And there we will learn how to interlink the computers. You know, the generally computers are not linked. Computers are basically those are individual machines. But if you combine that, so they can do more. They can communicate, they can share. We learn how to practically create a network. Right? Practically how to create a network, that part, not just theory. We will learn the practical related to that. And the final one is the ICT and society. How ICT is affected to the society. It has a negative affections, positive things, negatives, positives. We will learn everything about the affections, either negative or positive. We will learn about those. Okay, so that is about the syllabus, and this will be a really interesting one because we will learn a lot of practicals and more advanced stuff here. So grade 9 will be interesting. And before we begin, I would like to show you the rules and regulations if you don't have any idea about our classes. Not actually just the rules and regulations, just about the facilities. And here it is. Just go through this quickly. Okay, classes, lessons will be conducted in Zoom. So we will conduct our lessons using Zoom. And WhatsApp is used for the special communication. That means if we want to communicate your parents and all, then we will be using WhatsApp. Then Discord is to send the links, class links and all will be sent to the Discord. So please look at that. That is really important. If you don't have, please mark that and put a cross. Hari, ඔයාලගේ පොතේ පොඩ්ඩක් mark කරගන්න මේක මම හදලා නැහැ කියලා. Just write the name and put a cross. Then our people will help you doing this, right? Because Discord is also important platform. Edmodo, that is where we do the learning management. LMS is there in the Edmodo. JITS.lk, that is where we provide the recorded lesson. Actually, each we will do like 42 weeks of classes to finish the entire syllabus. All 42 recordings will be there in the JITS.lk website. You have to create a login there. Actually, you can do the payments also through that JITS.lk. You can do the payments too. You can payments කරන්න උනත් පුළුවන් profile එකක් හදාගෙන, and so but basically it's to watch the videos again and again, and the notes and all will be uploaded there. And as I said in the beginning, there are two reasons to you to come to this class. The reason number one, you have just completed grade 8. That's why you are coming. Right? You have completed grade 8 and that's why you are coming grade 9. The second reason is you missed grade 9 and you are now in grade 10. Maybe in 2022 you are in grade 10, but you are coming to the grade 9. That is the second reason that you are coming to this class. Okay, then right. So these are some important contact numbers. You have to allocate a practical session. So if you have already done that, no need to allocate again. But if you have not done, please allocate that. That is important. And also important contacts. If you miss logins, recordings, links, please contact Miss Chaturika. Please note this number, otherwise you are trying to contact me several times. Actually, that is disturbing the class and other students, because so you know my class schedule. I'm always engaged in some classes and you know my class schedule. So it's basically disturbing other students when you're calling and asking about the links. The next thing is Miss Lakmali, related to practical, you have to contact Miss Lakmali or Miss Sumudhu. You can just contact using this number. And then about the classes or the lesson matters, you can contact me. That is my number. Please note these numbers will be important to you all. Okay, now I have given introduction to everything and I have just explained the content, how this happened. Let's move to the practical now. Okay, so what we are going to know. So we want to know about the specifications. Specification in the sense, so check whether you know these things about your machine. If you know that, put a right sign. If you don't know, put a cross, right? So what you should know about your machine. You should know your processor brand and type, number of cores, number of logical processors, cache memory. Actually, you should know level 1, level 2, level 3 cache memories in your processor. Don't worry if you don't know. I'll teach you how to get these things. So level 1, level 2, level 3 cache. And you should know your VGM, video graphics memory. And also you should know your random access memory. And you should know your virtual memory capacity. You should know your HDD capacity and SSD capacity, if you have any HDD and SSD capacities. And also about, yes?
So what is the use of virtual memory?
Virtual memory is like, it's supporting the main memory. Main memory is the physical actual memory in your computer. Actually, main memory cannot hold everything. So virtual memory is behind the main memory. So it is providing like this. So let's say you are reading a book. So when you are reading a book, do you need each and every page every time? Or you need the current page only?
Current page only.
Current page only. Software programs or the applications or these things are also similar to that. So let's say you have a software. The software is 4 GB. Size of the software is 4 GB. If you load that to the main memory will take 4 GB for main memory will allocate 4 GB for that software. That is too much. Right? Let's say you have 3 such software. Each will have 4 GB. 4 GB, 4 GB, 4 GB. It's 12 GB. Let's say you have only 8 GB RAM. ඔයාගේ RAM එක 8 GB තියෙන්නේ. 8 GB RAM එකක් තියෙන්නේ. මම හිතනවා bit byte gigabyte මතක ඇති කියලා. එහෙම නැත්නම් මතක් කරගමු දැන්. හරි. Bit byte gigabyte megabyte terabyte we have to remember that. එකම math මතක නැත්නම් අපි මතක් කරගමු. grade 8 වලදී අපි ඉගෙනගෙන තියෙන්න ඕන. 7 දී. sorry grade 7 වලදී. එතකොට දැන් අපි හිතමු අපිට 8 GB RAM එකක් තියෙනවා. we have 8 GB RAM. එතකොට software තුනක් තියෙනවා. each software has 4 GB size. එතකොට 4 GB size software තුනට යනවා 12 GB. හැබැයි අපේ RAM එක 8 GB. Then that RAM cannot occupy that 12 GB that free software. But actually speaking, we don't need each and everything from every software. හැම software එකකම හැම කැලලක්ම අපිට ඕන නැහැ. අපිට ඕන සමහර කොටස් විතරයි. Actually, this virtual memory is dividing the entire software into pages, a manageable chunks called pages, and whatever the relevant pages will be sent to us. Right? එතකොට අර ලොකු software එක කැලි වලට බෙදලා අපිට අදාළ pages ටික විතරක් එයා තෝරලා physical memory එකට දෙන්න. So that is what the support given by the virtual memory. Virtual memory is a space from your hard disk. Actually, that space is dedicated to help RAM. RAM එකට උදව් කරන්න වෙන් කරපු ස්පේස් එකක් තමයි virtual memory කියන්නේ hard disk එකේ තියෙන. I hope you got some idea. Not perfectly, but you got some idea about this virtual memory. Are you? You okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now, so let's see whether you know these things. Processor brand, type, number of cores, logical processors, cache memory, VGM, RAM, VM, STD, HDD, and another thing, you should know your operating system, OS version, and also,
Motherboard.
yeah, that is of course you need, but no need to know that much. But here in this level, we expect OS version, and also whether it is like 64-bit or 32-bit platform. Okay, may I know what is bit? What is bit?
Zeros and one.
Yes, it's 0 and 1. 0 or 1. Bit means binary digit. If you don't know, please write down in that special book, right? You have 2 books. One book is a special book that you are maintaining about your, you have to maintain about, actually that is writing special notes and practicals. Text normal writing book, you write the note. You can write this in special book if you don't know. Binary digit. Binary digit means 0 or 1. That is the smallest data representation unit in the computer. It is 0 or 1. Okay, 8 bits equal to 1 byte in capital B. Byte ලියන්නේ capital B වලින්. Bit ලියන්නේ simple B වලින්. Okay, that is useful because when you see kbps, what is this? Is it kilobyte per second or kilobit per second?
Kilobits per second.
Kilobit per second. But if you say this one, kbps,
Kilobytes per second.
Kilobyte per second. The 2 terms are having 2 different meanings, right? Kilobit, the simple B is bit per second. It was kilobit per second. Capital B is byte per second. Okay, that's it. Right, okay. B 8 bits equal to 1 byte. Then can you tell me 1024 bytes equal to
KB, kilobyte.
Kilobyte. If you don't know, please write down 1024
Megabyte.
kilobytes equal to 1 megabyte. Why 1024? Why you can't take 1000?
Multiples of 2.
Yes, it's taking 2 to the power 10, right? 2 to the power 10 is 2 to its power 10 is 1024. 2 to the power 9 is 512. එතන 512 මදිනේ. 1000ට ළඟ එකක් එපැයි. 1000ක් නේ කිලෝ වෙන්නේ. එතන 1000ට ළඟ තියෙන 1024. 2 to the power 10 is 1024. That's why it's taking 1024. Okay. Right. Then to 1024 megabytes. 1024 megabytes.
1 gigabyte.
1 gigabyte.
1
Equal
gigabyte.
to 1 gigabyte.
Sir, there is 2.
Sorry.
2 gigabyte.
1 gigabyte. And 1024 gigabytes
1 terabyte.
1 terabyte.
is equal to 1 terabyte. 1024 terabytes?
Hectabyte.
No. 1022 terabytes is equal to 1 petabytes. Peta or pica. Then 1024 picobytes or petabytes is zettabyte. Then yottabyte. Right? Likewise, you have some other representations, but up to petabyte, if you know, that's enough. Write down if you don't know. If you already know, don't worry. If you don't know, you can write down. Okay, so let's see your machine configuration now. Finished writing this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's see your machine configuration. So you have to answer these questions. If you don't know, I'll teach how to check it. Anyone who like to take the challenge, maybe I don't mind if you can tell or cannot, that doesn't matter. But I think you can share the screen now. Okay, Nadul. We can see Nadul's stream. Right. How do we find out these factors? Yes, one main place is your task manager. How to access task manager? Task manager access
Control Shift Escape.
Yes, metana right click kala task bar ki. You can right click on the task manager and select the task bar and select the task manager. Task bar ki right click kala task manager ka ganna pulu. Then you see this interface. You have to go to the performance in that. In the performance, you can see many details. That is one way of getting this information. Komada task bar ki right click kala task manager ka ganna. Eka method 1 එක. Method 2. You can press Windows key and R key together. Windows key එකයි R එකයි press කළා. You can press DXDIAG. DXDIAG. DXDIAG, and that will also give you DXDIAG. 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 Yes, that is giving this information window called DirectX Diagnostic Tool. That is DirectX Diagnostic Tool. Through that also you can get this information. Okay, DXDIAG. Right. So the third tool, go to Windows key and R key. Then type MS Info 32. MS Info 32. MS INFO 32. That is the third method. Then also you can find the information about your computer. Okay, the simplest method, you can right click on this PC in the desktop and go to the properties.
So we can get the task manager by Control Shift Escape.
Yes, that is also possible. And you can right click on this PC, right click on this PC, and then go to the properties, and then also you can see information about your computer. Then also you can see the information about your computer. Right? 4 methods of getting that information. We learned that. Okay, let's write down that if you don't know. So let's write down that if you don't know. Get details of your computer. Write down heading, get details of your computer. Right click on task bar and select task manager. Right click on the taskbar and select task manager. The second thing, Windows key and R key. Then you can type DXDIAG. Windows key and R key. Task MGR is also possible. Key actually in the performance tab. You can see the details in the performance tab. Then Windows key and R key. Then go to the here task MGR, right? MSINF432. So these are the methods of getting details. Or you can right click on this PC and select, right click on this PC and select properties. Okay, you can use these methods to get information about your computer. So please write down and let me know once you're done. ලියාගත්තට පස්සේ කියන්න. Okay, what about Mac OS? In Mac OS, you can go to the Mac menu and about this Mac. Mac menu about this Mac. Mac menu about this Mac. Then you can get the information about your computer, about this Mac, and it will display your overview, and you can go to the system report and get the full report of your computer. That is the method in Mac.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, what is the latest version of macOS?
Sorry?
What is the latest version of macOS?
Latest. Big
Yes.
Sur, right?
Yes, sir.
Big Sur. So that is the version. Here I'm using that.
Sir,
Yes.
macOS Monterey
Sorry.
is the latest. The macOS Monterey has been released recently.
Oh, I didn't check that. Sorry. I didn't remember. Sorry. That's right. Yes, it recently released the new version. The version 11.2 is the version that I'm having. But I think the next version is also, yes, recently released the other one, right? You can update to that one also.
OS.
Yeah. Then finish writing. Okay, so let's share this. Can anyone share the screen back again? So let's see. Okay, Tihan. So first of all, can you show me what is your processor brand? What is your processor brand? Go into the task manager performance, go to the CPU, and you can see it's Intel. So please write down this, right? The processor brand Intel. And what is the technology? It is Core i3. Right? It is Core i3. That is the brand. Intel is the manufacturer, and Core i3 is their product. And what is the speed of CPU? It is 3.6 gigahertz. The speed is 3.6 gigahertz, and this is quad core, means physically you have 4 cores, and logically those are working as 4 cores. 4 දෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා, 4 දෙනා වගේම තමයි වැඩ කරන්නේ. Physical 4 cores, logical 4 cores. And you can see the level 1 cache is 256 KB, level 2 is 1 MB, level 3 is 6 MB. Level 1, level 2, level 3. Level 1 is this one, level 2 is this one, level 3 is 6 MB. So this is your level 1, level 2, level 3 caches. Everything you can see about the processor here. Brand, the technology brand, and then the socket. Socket means how many physical processors are there. Physically, how many processors. Then cores, how many cores and how many logical processors. ඉගෙන 4 දෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා චෙෆ්ලා 4 දෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා චෙෆ්ලා 4 දෙනා 4 දෙනෙක් වගේ තමයි වැඩ කරන්නේ සමහර වෙලාවට මෙහෙම වෙන්න පුළුවන් චෙෆ්ලා දෙන්නෙක් ඉන්නවා චෙෆ්ලා නෙවෙයි ඇත්තටම processing unit දෙකක් තියෙනවා ඒ දෙන්න 4 දෙනෙක් විදිහට වැඩ කරනවා වෙන්න පුළුවන් එතකොට එනවා cores දෙකයි logical processors 4යි කියලා okay then about the memory of your computer is 16 GB. I hope is it 16 or
Yes, sir, it's
16 GB. And the speed of that is 2400, right? 2400. That is the speed. Okay, let's fill chart related to this. Then I can see whether you are learning or not. Let me share a sheet to you. You can fill the sheet. Let me share it quickly.
Okay, sir.
Okay, I have sent you the link. Check whether it's accessible. What you have to do is please go to that link and then type your name there. In the first cell, please type your name. Then your processor, brand, then technology. Here actually manufacturer, right? Manufacturer. And the technology. Then you have to write the speed, sockets, cost, logical cost, level 1 cache, level 2 cache, level 3 cache, level 1 cache, level 2 cache, level 3 cache. Don't erase other tables, right? The random access memory and random access memory speed. Then the VGM. Then HDD, hard disk capacity, and the SSD capacity. And what do you think your cost is? So you can write down, maybe do estimation, right? No need to write the real cost. Just do an estimation. So what is the cost of your computer? Okay, just fill these things quickly. Yeah, I'll wait till you fill this. I'll give you 5 minutes of time to fill this. Quickly do that. If you cannot find, please ask, then I'll help, right? Here, I think I can see that you are filling here. But if you cannot find, don't worry. Then please ask it. Then I can help you finding that. Okay, start now. Some are doing that and others need to complete. Don't edit the headings here. The headings are protected. Don't edit it. I'm protecting. Don't edit the headings. Keep the headings as it is. Change the data only. I'll give you 5 minutes. Just fill it. Windows key and R key. Then go to DXDIAG. DXDIAG, right? I think you wrote the note. Note ke mandunna. There, go to the display. That menu, you can go to the display. Display. Yeah, that is giving you the details about your VGM. Hari, okay, the approximated total memory 8 GB. 8 GB. So that is your approximation.
Thank you, sir.
Anyone else having issues? You can tell me, right? So this is up to now. How many of you have failed? Some of you have, I think, difficulties. කමන්නේ ප්‍රශ්න තියෙන අය පුතේ කියන්න. මොකද අනිත් අය කරනවා කියලා දැන් මේගොල්ලෝ දැන් කාලයක් ඇවිල්ලා පුතේ කලින් රේට්ස් වල කරලා ඒගොල්ලෝ දන්නවා. අනිත් සමහර අය ස්කූල් වල කරලා තියෙනවා. හැබැයි දන්නේ නැති අය ඉන්න පුළුවන්. ඒගොල්ලෝ උදව් ඉල්ලන්න. Yes.
So where can find VGM?
VGM එක තමයි මම දැන් කිව්වේ. ආයෙ ෂෙයා කරන්න ස්ක්‍රීන් එක බලන්න. Visual graphic memory. VGM. Please share the screen again. I'm පෙන්නන්නම් ආයෙත් share කරන්න screen එක. හරි. Windows key එකයි R key එකයි. Press Windows key and R key together. Then DXDIAG. And press enter. Then go to the display. It was a display එකට යන්න. ඔය තියෙන display කියලා දෙවෙනි tab එකේ. ඒ දෙවෙනි tab එකට යන්න display එකට. ඒකේ තියෙනවා VGM එක. ඔයාගේ තියෙන 4 GB. Approximate total memory is 4 GB. Right? That is there. Okay, anyone else? Anyone else have any issues? You can always tell me today. So if you have any issues, you can tell me what is your, how many cores you have and what is your processor size. Anyone having SSD? SSD, yes. Some are having SSDs, even very good. So this, some are having SSDs. So that is very good machine. But don't worry. So don't compare your computers. I just want you to find out about your computer. So just find about your computer. Don't think much. Don't think about the others' computers. ආරයාගේ මෙහෙමයි, මගේ මෙහෙමයි. එහෙම හිතන්න එපා. Just
Sir?
find the information. Yes.
How to find Scots?
How to find sockets? This one.
Yes, sir.
කෝකද පුතේ යන්නේ sockets ද අහන්නේ?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sockets සාමාන්‍යයෙන් එකයි තියෙන්නේ. Sockets කියලා කියන්නේ මේ processor high වෙන තැන. සාමාන්‍යයෙන් දැන් task manager එකේ තියෙනවා. Sockets කියලා කියන්නේ processor එක සවි වෙන තැන. motherboard එකේ සාමාන්‍යයෙන් අපේ දන්න අපේ motherboards වල තියෙන socket එකයි. හරි මේ තියෙන්නේ ඒ තමයි එක. හැබැයි සමහර motherboard තියෙනවා server motherboard, workstation motherboard වගේ sockets ගොඩක් තියෙන. 4 sockets තියෙන. ඒ වගේ motherboard තියෙනවා. හැබැයි මම දන්න විදිහට ඕක motherboard right. 4 socket motherboard. එතකොට සමහර motherboard තියෙනවා මේ වගේ socket හතරක්. කියන්නේ processors ගහන තැන් හතරක් තියෙනවා මේ. Quad socket.
So there are 4 RAM sockets also.
Yes. ඒවට වෙන වෙනම RAM තියෙනවා. හරි. එතකොට මේ වගේ motherboard තියෙනවා. මේව high performance motherboard. එහෙමම තියෙනවා. හැබැයි අපේ සාමාන්‍ය computers වල තියෙන ඉතින් socket එකයි. ඒක ඔයාලට task manager එකට ගියාම බලා ගන්න පුළුවන්. You can go to the
So
task
what are the
manager.
use of that 4 socket motherboards?
Servers. They are using as servers, high performance gaming computers, etc. Okay, I think right, since we have done this practical, most of you are okay with that. Actually, those who are having problems pute, so my recommendation is you have to talk, right? ඔයාලා කතා කරලා අහන්න ඕන පුතේ. දැන් මෙතන මම දැක්ක කීප දෙනෙක් මේක ෆිල් කරලා නැහැ. මම හිතනවා ඒගොල්ලෝ දන්නේ නැතුව ඇති කියලා මේක ෆිල් කරන්න. නැත්නම් ඒගොල්ලන් සමහරට Google Sheet එක access කරන්න බැරුව ඇති. මොකක් හරි ප්‍රශ්නයක් ඇති. Yes.
How to find the technology used in the process in Apple?
So in your one, I think here Apple, so normally brand is Intel, but Apple, they are Apple M1 processor and those sort of things also there. Here the brand is Intel. Yeah. So I think your one is also Intel. Sometimes it can be Apple even. Apple ma wenna puluwa. The processor manufacturer can be Apple even. So it can. Okay. So then, right, with this practical, I think we can stop for today. We learned a lot of things today, but we have to proceed learning about the other specification and how to plan this. So let's do this next week, right? Okay. Then good night. See you all next week.
Good night, sir.
Good night, sir. Thank you, sir.
Good night.